10th of Morning Star. How does one pick up the pieces of a broken life and begin putting them back together? When there is no magical ship to spirit you away to a fairyland, the only answer seems to be one day at a time. On this particular day, I awoke in my tent with rain dripping onto my head. Rather than waste the day, I packed up and headed east, figuring that the rain would likely turn to snow as I traveled into colder lands. And I preferred to travel in the snow. Come on, boy, let's get out of this wretched weather. Come on, Lucky, you too. The next and last part of my quest was to defeat the spirit of the skeever. Along the way to the ruins where I hoped to find the beast, I ran into a group of bandits. I tried to ride on past, but they came after me, and I had no choice but to fight for my life. As before, instinct took over, and I defeated them all. But I certainly did not enjoy the event. Lucky, no! I reached the windward ruins, found the spirit animal inside, and bested him easily. Did I hear a wolf? Hey? Trench? Where did you come from? Have you been following me from Solitude? Oh, God, you naughty horse. All right, let's see about this skeever. There it is. By the 8, it's enormous. Just like that mud crab. Ha! Got it. Now, back to Froakie. With the mission complete, I decided to ride straight for Froakie's shack to inform the old man and discuss the next step. I ended up taking the road that went through Ivarstead. Unfortunately, they had hired more guards since my last visit, and I was immediately arrested and carted off to Riften jail.
I order the yard. Stop right there.
And what is this about? Oh, so, the bounty.
Why'd you join the storm?
I see. Well, you caught me. I will pay it off.
Some say the Thalmor grabbed him.
I had forgotten about a few lingering stolen items I still had in my backpack, and all of those were confiscated. In addition, before they would let me go, I had to pay off my bounty of just over 20,000 septims. I did not begrudge the guards the money or the time and items I lost. Hey, you silly boy. I missed you too. All right, now let's see what all they took. Looks like I still have the important things. Good. I was glad, actually. Relieved to have that taken care of so I could put it behind me, and feeling that perhaps the money helped to pay for some of my previous actions. Once I was freed, I headed for the inn to attend to my grumbling stomach. I was still not used to dealing with hunger and thirst. I'd forgotten how unpleasant they both felt. But on the flip side, I'd also forgotten how delicious a hot, fresh meal was when you were hungry. No, not now.
May
What
the
is
earth
going on?
beneath your
This
feet
is one
be
of the
always
signs.
soft.
Signs that Lady Mara is displeased with your constant
Sometimes
inebriation.
I'm not certain that the people
Put down
of
your
Riften
flagons
want to be
filled with your
helped.
vile liquids,
I think
and
some of
embrace
them
the
do,
teachings of the
They're
handmaiden
just
of
too
Kai.
frightened to step up and do something
No,
about it
no,
like you
Mama.
are.
We talked about this.
Erin, you
Taylor?
never cease to amaze me.
Kira,
you always see the
certainly
good
we
in
can come to
everything.
some sort of an
It's only
understanding.
because
These
I've
people
had
must
an
be made
excellent
aware of
teacher.
the chaos they've sown.
Enough, Marama. We've all heard of the dragons and their return. There's no need to use them as an excuse to harass our customers.
Very well, Talon. I'll remove myself from this den of iniquity.
We're not kicking you out. Just keep the sermons at the temple and let us all sin in peace.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right place.
Safe travels,
I
Landstrider.
ate with gusto, right alongside the other patrons, and even struck up a little
pleased to see
conversation with some.
Damn it, Talon. We still don't have enough this year to get out of Riften.
Don't worry. The time will come when we can walk away from here.
I hope so. I can't stand this city anymore.
You're a stranger here too, huh?
Sort of. I'm Yvelda.
Visitors
A
like us
woman
are
named
rare in this part
Miol
of
seemed
Skyrim.
especially keen to talk, and we spoke a bit about our respective adventures.
I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, Elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between.
Why are you here then?
Many years ago, I lost my blade, Grimsever, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune. But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain, and my fortune comes from gratitude and trust.
When she told me of a favorite sword she had lost in a Dwemer ruin, it reminded me of a sword I had found in just such a place.
It was lost years ago in a Dwemer ruin. Without it, I feel almost as defenseless as a newborn. I don't think I'll ever be able to find a replacement.
When I showed it to her, she was astounded. It was indeed her favored blade. You know, Miol, I think I found it.
Astonishing! To think you actually were able to reach it, and yet return to tell the tale? Rarely in my travels have I encountered those who possess skills equal to your own. I see I still have much to learn. If you'd permit me, I'd be honored to accompany you in your travels for a time.
She was so grateful that she begged to join me. I was not sure it was a good idea. I don't know, Miol. I still had a lot of emotional baggage and a lot of bad will to undo across the land. Not to mention that being seen with me would probably not be very good for
Calling
her
the guild is
reputation.
ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an association? They're the worst kind. Even the Dark Brotherhood abides by a strict set of rules and tradition. These thieves are just rabble. What do you think?
Well, I have to admit that I know some of them and, actually, I agree with you.
You know, I'm beginning to respect you. Other than Erin, you seem to be the only other person I've met I might be able to trust. Since we share the same opinion of them, let me warn you that they're recruiting others to join their guild, and you should be cautious.
But once she found out I was headed to see Froki, she would not take no for an answer. Apparently they were old friends, and she fancied a visit. So I finally gave in, and Mjol and I left shortly after lunch. All right then, if you insist, you can come along.
I'm right behind you.
Mjol told me that it isn't this bad everywhere. Maybe one day I'll venture out and see if she's right. Mjol's brought me nothing but safety and peace of mind. And some lessons with the blade.
Ha! Good to know she can hold her own. I don't know if it had something to do with being anointed for the spirit beasts, or if it was just bad luck, but we were attacked by a multitude of wild animals all the way to the shack. Luckily, Mjol seemed able to handle herself quite well. That would certainly come in handy if we ran across another dragon. Good shooting there. What? More?
I love a good fight.
Nice one, Mjol.
At your best, huh? I'm sorry, but you left me with no choice.
I was exhausted and rather fed up by the time we got to Froki's. But I was also eager to tell the old man about my success. I was sure he would be pleased and impressed with how much I had accomplished in the short time I'd been gone. Okay, here we are. I hope he isn't too grouchy today. Hey, Ming, Froki. It seemed I was bound for disappointment on this particular day. I've returned after defeating the Guardians.
Maybe you're not so soft after all. Now you're ready for a real challenge. I'll anoint you with the symbol of the bear, the saber cat, and the mammoth. Tread carefully. These are mighty beasts. Here's where you need to go.
Aye, and listen to this, Froki. Speaking of mighty beasts, guess what? I killed a dragon. All by myself. It took a while and it was pretty scary, but I did it. And guess what else? Froki did not seem impressed at all. Cured. Not when I told him about defeating the beasts. Not when I told him about defeating the dragon. Glowing eyes. And not even when I told him that I had been cured. What do you say to that, eh? He took it all in stride in a very matter-of-fact way, barely even commenting on my tale. No? Nothing to say? Well, then what should I do now?
The guardian spirits of bear, mammoth, and saber cat await you. Return when they are defeated. Here's where you need to go.
Yes, Froki. I should not have been surprised.
All right.
He was always a man of few words, and I'm not sure if anything really impressed him. But he was at least pleased enough to anoint me again, this time with the mark of the bear, mammoth, and saber cat. I tried to pull him into a discussion about what more I could do on my path to redemption, especially now that I'd been freed from the dark curse. But he continued to insist that I just focus on the task at hand. locate and battle the 3 new spirit beasts. That is all the advice he would give me.